about being confused.
Nate,
What?
what are you doing? You just opened the end flap up, bud.
This?
The other end. Look at it. It's already open. Look at the end of the box. The other end. Welcome back to the channel, guys. You guys know, if you've been watching the previous episodes and keeping up to date with us, we're working on the 67 F100 DeathTrap here, back on the OG truck, and I've got a few things already accomplished, which we'll go over here in just a moment. So as you can see here, we got the front clip bolted on. And I'm going to tell you, this is kind of a bear to do by yourself. Trying to hold this fender up, you got the door swung all the way open to get the bolt behind the back side of the fender. I do not have a bolt on the bottom, so this is pretty much just hanging there off of one bolt. Got the grill bolted on with a bolt on the top left and the top right side over here. And also, this is the new fender that I purchased from, I think it was Dennis Carpenter I got mine from. And I gotta admit, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, guys. I swear the DeathTrap never had a body alignment issue. I stick the grill that we had on Phoenix onto the DeathTrap, and again, if you've seen the previous episode when I put this front clip, not the front clip, just the grill. This is a new fender that's different, and my original OE Ford fender, and I'm having the same problem. And that same problem is the fact that the fender here is sticking out. And I gotta believe that I know that wasn't the case originally, because I would have cut this vinyl in the middle and this would have gotten tucked up in there the best it could. And I surely wouldn't have had that much black exposed. But I have the same issue here with the grill hitting here and tucked on the outside of the radiator support on the driver's side as well. I mean, actually it needs to go to the driver's side slightly. Passenger, excuse me. I always keep saying those wrong. So I'm just not sure what's going on here. It's not the grill. Can't be the grill. I actually measured, I mean, they're original grills. They're not aftermarket. They don't even make aftermarket grills, I don't think. But this grill is the pattern, or whatever you want to say, for what the spacing is for those brackets is exactly the same as the OG DeathTrap grill, because I measured the passenger side that wasn't damaged. And this hoop, I'm not saying it's the exact same height, but those brackets are exactly the same as what I had made the last time. So there is not any changes to the brackets. They're exactly the same, 110% identical, and I just know that I did not have that issue. But we got to keep moving forward here. So I'm going to use the jack because I'm by myself. I mean, Nate's over there somewhere on the other side of the shop. He's messing around. He's cleaning up a little bit. He's trying to help out Dad. We're going to grab like a 2x4 or something, standing up underneath the grill here, because I do have to go up because that gap is definitely getting larger as it comes across here. So it needs to go up about a 1/4 inch. Well, out here it might be more than that, but we'll get that jacked up, get the tubes here, figured out where they need to be on that radiator support. I only have one nut left that has the flange on it, unless I dig around and find another one, so we can get that one drilled in there. At least get one of these sides mounted up. And that's another thing, you know, this fender, this original one, fits perfect where I had it bolted before. This driver's one, it's not even close. It is and it isn't. I mean, it's half a hole off, as you can see there. But again, lines up perfect back there. Not sure. We're going with it. Both trucks will match, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and get a 2x4, jack this up. Enough rambling on. Let's get some more work done. All right, made it over. I said I'd give some updates on motors, but I don't know, Jason. Is there anything with the DeathTrap motor?
I don't even know where it's at.
Oh, here. Let's look. That doesn't look like a big black Chevy head. There's probably some big black Chevy heads there. Not mine. Is that my crank though?
No.
Oh, no. Well, here, let's peek around the corner. Oh, there's a green block. I can see it. And it's still a block. Has it been washed yet?
Nope.
Okay, so why don't we let them know what we're doing here. This is looks like an LS head. And it looks like there's some markings on here and maybe some grinding marks. So I guess basically what we're trying to accomplish, obviously, if anybody knows anything about heads and flow, we're working on one cylinder here, trying to maximize this one, and then we can replicate it on the other 3. Well, 7, I guess you should say. And got some clay going on right now, because we figured out, well, I don't know, you tell them, Jason, what was, we got any numbers here?
69.
Oh, there was a 69 in there somewhere, I do believe. So basically this, obviously, I'm sure most of you engine people know, or, you know, engine gurus, I should say, flow bench. So basically you're sticking a probe inside of there, checking the velocity and everything of the head, and then you run it down so far, and you check every measurement of lift. And the new cam that we're getting is a 620-inch lift cam, so we need to get our flow numbers up to 620. Now we got stock numbers, and we got the new numbers, if Jason can figure out how to run the computer here. But bottom line, we're gaining on the testing here with the ported head, but we're running into a pretty much a brick wall here at, what, 550? When I say 550, I'm talking 550-inch, 0.550-inch lift. And like I said, we're trying to get this accomplished to be at 620. Well, above 620, because obviously with the cam being there. But Jason doesn't have a clue what he's doing here.
No,
so.
I don't know how to get the... We can see here the graph.
So if we're looking here, what are we looking at? The bottom green is, that's stock?
Basically, yeah, 550 is where it falls off.
But I mean, what's the green one there? That's stock?
Yep.
So you got stock, and then there's a few tests that we've done with the port job. So you can see pretty much haven't gained anything down, well, I shouldn't say, from each port job that we've done, you know, touching it up. But basically right here at, you know, 550, I'm sure the camera's not really focusing well, but 550, 600-inch lift, pretty much flat lines, which it's good because it was tapering off, but at least now it's holding solid. And what did we get out of that? We're at, basically the head flowed originally like what, 260? 269 maybe? And now we're getting up here where you can see the graph, we're above 300. It's basically holding right at 295 to 300. So definitely quite the improvement. That should be quite a bit of power increase. And like I said, what did you say you gained here? So basically by putting this clay on the bottom, we didn't gain any...
No flow, but we gained velocity.
No flow, but velocity through that. And that we didn't touch any of the bottom, basically just deburred it. So this is adding material, which means we'd have to epoxy each of the runners up and actually raise the runner. But it gained quite a bit of velocity.
50.
So that's where we're at with the LS. And again, big block Chevy. Jason has kind of been slouching. He's probably waiting for his girlfriend or something to come over.
Rosie.
But yeah, not much of an update, honestly. Like I said, working on the LS to try and get more power out of 650. You know, it's never enough, guys, and 650 is definitely not going to cut it. So we had an opportunity to take the heads and actually work on them here. Thank you to my brother for that. And then, yeah, we'll start putting the DeathTrap motor back together. But main reason I came over here tonight was drop some stuff off for my work. And also, I needed this nut so we could finish up the other side of the radiator support. So we'll head back over there and finish that up now. All right, so the front end is totally mounted. I guess that's as good as I'm gonna put it. Might be a couple more brackets, but as you've seen there, went ahead and drilled those tubes, welded the nuts in there so that way it would hold the fenders. Again, we could put additional ones in here. I see no need for what we're doing. It's not going down the road every day. Also went ahead, as you've seen there, welded these tabs on. So that way the lower portion of the grill is actually bolted. And then we may put these brackets on up here. I'll decide on that one, but you know, the grill it's in there stout. It's not going anywhere. So both driver passenger side are done, all the brackets. Next, we need to work on the radiator. So that'll be the next clip here. I'm gonna call it for the night after getting this done, but we'll get the radiator brackets welded in. We'll get them tacked, make sure that all works, because I do think that this might be a little bit, it is a little bit different than Phoenix, plus the radiator brackets and stuff are different. So we just need to make sure we get that all fitted up. Now the radiator is exactly in the same spot, and if I make the same brackets, I'll get those made, and then we should be set. Next, we're gonna need a motor. Oh, we need to mount the dry sump tank. Got a bracket that I got for that, so we'll see if that works. If not, we'll get a different one made. But we should be pretty well set. We're gonna delete the hood latch brackets this time. Honestly, not even sure why I put them on last time. I think I was just kind of going for more of the structural rigidity of that front. But again, I see no need for it. I think kind of went overkill on some of that stuff in the last one, but you know, in the beginning, it was going to be a street truck, so things kind of turned, as you know, but it is what it is. So we're going to continue moving forward. Tomorrow night, I'll come out here. We'll get those brackets for the radiator, try and get those mocked up, pull the radiator out of the old support, which is laying on the other side of the truck there, and work on getting that mounted in. We'll be one step closer to when the motor's done, putting it back in. As you've seen there in all those clips, we went ahead and got the radiator support fully welded up. Everything that we have for it right now, I'm missing one part, which I will get here hopefully before the weekend. So as you see in the clips there, got all of our tubes welded up. We got the radiator mount tabs in there, and also the braces that were underneath of there. As you can see, those are burned in and penetrated through. And that's all good to go. I don't have the nuts on there on the bottom side of the isolators, but that's all going to come back out, obviously. It fits in there nicely. And then went ahead and welded this dry sump tank bracket on. So that's good to go. And the thing that we're missing is for the overflow tank coming from the radiator here. And the original one had a bracket here that came down. It was face mounted off of this tube. Show you that in just a second here. But otherwise, everything's coming along nicely. So all this is back in the original location since we use the same mounts down below there. So everything should be good to go. Radiator hoses, wiring, all that stuff should match up. The only thing that's longer is this bracket here because of the original kickback of the tube. I thought I was going to be, I just kind of guessed when I had them made, and I think I'm going to be back a little bit further, but we'll work on that. The tank can be slid up or down if it need to be. And this is the overflow tank I'm talking about. This is a Canton tank, and it mounts with 4 bolts going through this face here. So we just need to get this plate made so we can weld that on there. And the last thing we got to decide on, which I think I've already decided, is these grill brackets here. And I think I'm just going to forget those. Being it's obviously a burnout truck, not a street truck, I see no reason to worry about that. So even if we do drive it on the street, the grill is solid. You know, if you were using the hood latch and stuff that comes on the radiator or the grill up to the radiator support up top here, it'd be a different story because you're kind of using that to support all that stuff, but we're not. So that pretty much is a wrap for this video, guys. Like I said, radiator support, I think we'll get that painted here coming up. We got the fender that we got to go get the wrap for. That is done, sitting at the vinyl shop, so I'll go to them, get that picked up. And then I got to give credit to my one good friend that helped me out with this whole project here, and that is the Harbor Freight Daytona Jack. And that's because Jason, he's over there slaving away getting our motors done for Phoenix and the DeathTrap. Comment down below, Jason. I'm sure you've got everything ready to go, right? So, because I'm ready for the motor here on the DeathTrap. So, but all right, guys, that's gonna wrap it there. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let us know if there's anything you guys want to see, and we'll try and answer any comments down below, like usual. And if there are already questions that you guys want to see something in the next video, let me know. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.